This skit would demonstrate the discrimination that John Cromwell faced and the challenges that existed for other CPAs of color.
Hi, John.
Hi, Mom. Thanks for coming to my commencement, and thank you for supporting me throughout all of my time at college. I'm looking forward to getting my master's degree and going on to becoming an accountant.
Oh, of course. I'm so proud of you, John. You've worked so hard and fought your way through so many hard times, and you managed to graduate as the top of your class at Dartmouth College. I've watched your father work so hard and overcome so many obstacles to become an attorney, and so I really understand how hard it is for an African American to compete in the professional world, but I know you could do it. And remember that no matter what happens in the future, your family will always stand by your side.
Thanks, Mom. As soon as I get my master's, I will strive to get my CPA. However, in many states like DC, Maryland, and Virginia, they don't even allow African Americans to sit for the exam, so I'll have to take it in another state. However, the hardest part is going to be finding someone to give me the on-site work experience that will allow me to qualify for the CPA. I just hope someone will take a chance on me.
I know you could do it, sweetie. I believe in you.
Hi,
Oh, hi.
my name is John Cromwell, and I'm here to apply for your accounting position. As a recent graduate from Dartmouth College, I have earned my master's degree with honors. I've spent my entire undergrad and graduate career learning and preparing for the CPA, and I have the skills and qualifications to do this. This, with my entire career path, leads me to believe I'm qualified for your position here.
Say that again. You want to be an accountant?
Well, yes, I believe I'm very driven and qualified. I'm sure I'll succeed.
Well, you know what? Why don't you save your passion and knowledge for something else? Our company never hires black accountant, and we don't think we'll do that in the future ever. So I don't think you should be here at all.
But that's not fair.
You know what? Just leave before I call the security.
Hey John.
Hey!
I remember you mentioned that you wanted to be an accountant before becoming a math teacher, right?
I did.
I just heard that New Hampshire, they passed a new legislation allowing applicants to get their CPA without work experience. Just thought that I'd let you know.
Huh. Wow, it's been 15 years since my graduation. I mean, as long as I go take it in New Hampshire, though, I guess I can pass the CPA. So you know what? Maybe I'll go give it a try.
Yeah, just give it a try.
In 1921, 15 years after his graduation from Dartmouth, John Cromwell did become the first African American CPA. The next skit will demonstrate the barriers minority students face from choosing accounting as their major.
Hey, Jessica.
Hey Melissa,
It's nice to see you. What can I help you with?
I know it's only my first year of college, but I am unsure on what to major in. I have interest in the business field, but there are so many majors to choose from.
Don't stress about it. It's totally normal for new college entrants to be overwhelmed by the large variety of major options. If you're interested in business, how about you consider majoring in accounting?
Accounting, although I don't know too much about that career path, I believe that there's a lack of opportunity to progress in that profession. There aren't many CPA role models or educational programs to teach me about the value of acquiring a CPA license.
You know, nowadays, accounting is such a well-paid and respected profession. Why don't you just give it a try and see if it's a good fit? Our business school is really highly ranked, and we have great accounting programs that can help students like you excel.
Well, I also lack basic skills and knowledge in managing financial resources and making monetary decisions. These are just some of the reasons that prevent me from choosing accounting as my career path.
I'm really sorry to hear that. I hope you'll reconsider.
Hi, did you know that our data shows that combined the African Americans and the Hispanics make up only 4% of minors in the accounting profession?
What? I did not realize how underrepresented minorities were in our profession. If our profession's representations of minorities does not reflect the proportion of society, then we have failed our clientele and will not be able to generate new ideas or perspectives.
I agree, not enough of minorities are entering in accounting and going out to be CPAs. We need to attract minorities into accounting and assist those who are already interested.
First, there needs to be more exposure in the accounting profession to younger minorities in the middle and high school levels in order to increase attraction.
I agree. Also, a combined effort from the professional and academic communities in addressing financial literacy and promoting accounting's benefits has the potential to really make an impact on attracting minorities to the accounting profession.
You know what we should do? We should say something at the next AICPA meeting.
Hey Jess, thanks for coming in. I have some great news that I couldn't wait to share with you. The AICPA has just recognized some of the barriers that you mentioned the last time that we met, and they're holding an official meeting this upcoming week to discuss the issue.
That's awesome. I can't wait to see what type of new strategies and programs that will be implemented to promote diversity. The year is 1969, and civil rights is on the forefront of everyone's mind.
Hello everybody and welcome to the AICPA meeting. The next item on our agenda is to address the lack of minority representation in the accounting profession as a whole. Compared to doctors and lawyers, there are relatively few accountants of different racial and ethnic backgrounds. And it is important that the composition of our profession change in accordance with society and accurately reflect the composition of society at large in order to ensure that we can provide the best service possible for those that we are. To tackle this issue, the association proposes the institution of a national program that will accelerate the integration of the accounting profession.
You know what? I agree. This is an extremely important and pressing issue, and I'm really glad we're doing something to address it.
Well, thank you. And any ideas that you or anyone can contribute to this initiative are highly encouraged. Open up to the floor.
I'm not disagreeing that there's a lack of minority representation in our profession, but simply for the sake of playing devil's advocate, is it really that big of an issue? So what if the representation isn't equal? Very few things in life are. Maybe the reason there are less minorities becoming accountants is simply because they don't want to.
While I understand where you're coming from, I must simply oppose your logic. First of all, as I said before, it is important that we have a stronger presence of minorities in order to balance the presence of minorities in the society of clients that we serve, as well as to benefit from unique ideas and perspectives. I don't believe that minorities lack the desire to be accountants, but rather lack the opportunities. The economic, social, and educational factors necessary to succeed are often not available to all kinds of people. There is a notable deficiency in financial literacy in various minority communities, in addition to little or no exposure of the benefits of our career.
I see your point. I guess it is really a bigger problem than meets the eye.
Okay, but if what you're saying is that the root of the issue is social factors, isn't that out of our control? Like, what can we reasonably do to change the representation if we can't change the environment that we live in?
It's a very, very good question. However, I do have an answer for it. We need to drastically increase educational and employment opportunities, as well as work to actively recruit and retain minority employees. This will not be an easy solution. This will take its time to work. And when we get there, it'll be a more equal workplace for all.
And how exactly are we going to do that?
I was thinking that we could offer scholarships to promising students and maybe hold conferences that would educate both students and faculty on the attractions of the field and potential for career development and advancement. There are a lot of possibilities that may or may not be successful, which is why I strongly feel that we need not only an organized strategy, but a designated committee to carry it out and make any adjustments they feel are necessary to the success of the program as it progresses.
That's a really smart idea, but can I suggest that if we create such a committee, in addition to increasing the representation of minorities in the profession, they should also work to enhance the perceived and actual equality in the workplace. The last thing we would want is to successfully attract minorities to the field only for them to start working and find that they're mistreated by their coworkers. Positions and opportunities should be fairly assigned based on nothing other than actual merit and experience.
You make a great point, Melissa. Part of the problem is that minorities fear they will be faced with failure or lack of advancement opportunity when entering a predominantly white field. And we definitely do not want that to be the case. It is not enough to appear simply integrated. We need to fully integrate the profession in both fact and appearance. I mean, we are accountants after all, right? This effort needs to focus on both recruitment and retention, both attraction and equality. I propose that we form a team entitled the Minority Recruitment and Equal Opportunity Committee. This committee will advise and implement the program for increasing both the quantity and the quality of minorities in our accounting profession.
That sounds reasonable. I totally agree. I think a great way to get started could be to provide a forum where minorities, either already in the profession or are looking to enter it, can discuss their experiences and problems so that we know exactly what should be corrected. We should then incorporate that data into the enhancement of educational and professional programming.
That is a brilliant idea. That will be very beneficial to our cause. Okay, it seems we have gotten all the major components of this proposal covered. All in favor of forming the committee and putting this plan to action, say aye.
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 Great! The ayes have it. We as the AICPA will be forming a subcommittee for minority recruitment and equal opportunities in the workplace in order to address and correct the issue of the lack of minority representation in our profession through the use of educational accessibility, career attraction, and development. Thank you all for being here today, and hopefully we can get this process moving as soon as possible.
The next skit will demonstrate racial discrimination against minorities in the workplace.
Hey Jessica.
Hey Sebastian, how are you?
Doing alright. I was wondering if you'd like to get dinner with me sometime this weekend.
Sure, I'd love to.
Oh, great. I don't usually date Asian women, but you seem like one of the good ones. There's this new place in Chinatown that I bet will make you feel right at home.
Wow, hey, I'm from Chicago.
Oh, I bet there's a Chinatown where you're from in Chicago, too.
Sorry, I have to get back to work.
Wait, what's your problem? Are you still mad at me because I was grumpy on Chinese New Year? Maybe you should just celebrate it on January 1st like everybody else.
You know what? This conversation is making me feel very uncomfortable.
Well, you know what? I'll remember this for your performance review next weekend.
Hey Jessica, what's wrong? What happened with Sebastian?
He was really expensive and kept making inappropriate comments about my race and ethnicity.
Oh wow, that's really horrible. You know what? I think you should bring that up with HR tomorrow. You don't deserve to be treated that way. I mean, as a minority myself, I feel that everyone should be proud of whoever they are, and they deserve to be treated equally at the workplace.
Thanks for understanding. Maybe I'll go to HR in the morning.
I think you definitely should.
Hey guys, thanks for coming in to meet with me again.
Hey Melissa.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, so as I think I mentioned earlier, the company has won a new project in India, and so now they've decided that they want somebody on the engagement team to go there.
Oh wow, that's
exciting.
So I was thinking that since Simran's Indian, it's probably best that you go to represent us. You're much more aware of the culture, you'll be able to really engage with the people that are there. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity if you're interested, and you'll be considered for a promotion at the end of the project. Does that sound good? Like, is that cool with you?
Yeah, I guess I'll do it.
Okay, sounds great. So we'll provide you with more details later on, but for now, that's all, and I'll see you guys later.
See ya.
Mubaraku, mentor Hareliye Kushwan.
Wait, what?
What? You didn't understand what I said?
Not really. What language was that?
That's Hindi. Then what are you gonna do in India for this engagement? I thought you would understand Hindi.
Well, I don't know Hindi. I grew up in America. I've never been to India.
Well, I think this will negatively affect the engagement then.
Well, I have no idea what to do, but I can't pass on this opportunity. You know, I need the promotion.
I think you should complain to the senior.
Well, okay.
Hey guys, how's everything going?
Hey, Melissa.
Hey, Melissa, I think that there's something you need to know. Although I'm Indian, but I've never been to India and I don't even know their language. I'm not familiar with anything. So I don't think that I should be the one who should,
Oh,
go there.
wow, yeah, that really changes things a bit.
I'm sorry to, bring
Yeah,
this up at
okay.
the very last minute.
Yeah, we can consider another option.
Right, well, seeing how this is a new project and a new client, I don't think all is affected. I can actually go on behalf of the team. I identify myself as Indian. I was born and raised in India, and I can speak Hindi fluently.
Wow, really? You speak Hindi?
Yeah, I actually came to the US to pursue college education at UMD, but most of my family is still in India. And I'm very familiar with the cultural practice. Besides, I'm also familiar with most of their accounting principles because I took some accounting classes in my high school in India.
Wow, I wish I knew Hindi. I'm only familiar with French and Spanish from high school.
That's really incredible. Like, what a great turn of events. And really, what a learning experience. This really shows us the difference between race and ethnicity, doesn't it?
We've got a lot to get through, and it's imperative that we find you the right leader for this team who can demonstrate all the right qualities you need. How does that sound?
Great, did you get to see the shortlist that I sent you before?
Personally, there's a couple of them here that I wouldn't trust, but your opinion is greatly valued.
Okay, well, I suggest we work through the list of all the potentials who are interested in the role, and then you can give me your feedback.
Perfect. Who's the first one on your list?
Let me see. Pablo Hernandez.
Oh yeah, I think I worked with him on a project in 2015. Didn't keep in touch with him after that. How's he doing?
Really well by the looks of it. So what's it like?
Quiet. He kept to himself. He didn't strike me as a great team player.
That's a shame. He's got the financial competency.
But they need to be able to hit the ground running with this one.
I know that.
Look, I need someone who can bring everyone together, and Pablo Hernandez doesn't fit that bill.
Okay, so the next person is Bob Smith.
That's it. He is the one. If you're looking for someone to lead, then he is our man.
I like him.
Great.
I'm not sure.
What you see is what you get with Bob, and you can trust him.
But I mean, he's the least experienced among all of our candidates.
On his development so far and little on his performance indicators, I do agree with you, but he brings other qualities like being able to get his head around things quickly, fit in, not be fazed by projects. He is safe pair of hands.
Okay, if you really think so.
This skit will demonstrate how religion can conflict with work. Hey Melissa, how was your weekend?
Hey Jess, it was pretty good. I spent some time with my family. It was nice. How was yours?
Mine was good as well. It's a shame that we have such a busy week ahead of us with this audit coming up to close.
Yeah, but if we work efficiently, it shouldn't be too bad.
I hope not, but I think we are going to need everyone here late every day this week.
Well, I'm sure you have it on your calendar, but just a reminder that this coming Thursday and Friday is Rosh Hashanah, and so I can't be here.
What do you mean you can't be here? I just said that this is going to be our busiest week and we need all the hands on deck. We can't afford to not have you here working on this audit. We have a deadline.
I'm sorry, but this is one of the holiest Jewish holidays of the entire year, and I'm spending it with my family and going to services.
But you saw your family this past weekend though.
That's not the point. I put in for my days off months ago, and I know that I mentioned it to you too. This isn't me just trying to avoid a busy workday. I really can't be here.
Well, it sure seems convenient that the one time you won't be able to make it is when the rest of us will be spending 12 hours straight in the audit room.
I don't get to choose which day of the year the holiday falls on, and you know it.
You never seem to care about any other holidays. I don't recall you ever talking about going to the temple or following other traditions.
That's entirely unfair of you to say to me. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to have this conversation anymore. I'm just going to get to work, and so I can get ahead on my parts of the audit before the end of the week, when I will not be here regardless of what you have to say.
Later that day, Jessica visited her partner Sophia to discuss the issue.
Hey Sophia, can I talk to you for a second about the team?
Of course, Jessica, come on in. What's on your mind?
I had a pretty concerning conversation with Melissa this morning. Did you know she's not going to be here Thursday and Friday for some Jewish holiday? Those are going to be our busiest days right before the deadline.
Wow, that's very unfortunate timing.
I don't know how committed she is to the team. If her work isn't her number one priority, it's going to fall unfairly to the rest of us and the whole audit could be at risk.
Well, I understand your frustration, but as long as she requested time off appropriately, a religious commitment is a valid reason to miss work.
Even if it's going to put the rest of the team at a disadvantage. I don't want to assign her to important tasks if she's going to leave at the most critical time.
The bottom line is that we cannot hold someone's religious beliefs against them, even when they conflict with our working commitments. Sometimes when you're faced with conflicting interests from the different parts of your life, you need to make a choice, and sometimes that choice has negative outcomes for the unchosen party. But it is something that we must all deal with, and therefore need to be respectful when it is affecting others. Elisa is a hard worker and a great employee. I'm sure if she didn't have to miss work, she wouldn't. I'm sure she feels bad about poor timing with it being right before the deadline, so you shouldn't be making the situation any worse by making her feel it's not okay to express her religious beliefs.
Okay, you're right. I overreacted. It's going to be difficult without her, but I know that that's not her fault.
Yeah, I'm happy that you understand. If any other issues like this come up in the future, always remember to put yourself in other people's shoes and consider that despite the challenge of conflicting commitments, you will still need to treat one another with respect and fairness.
Thanks for talking some sense into me. I'm going to apologize to Ms. Melissa for the way I acted this morning.
I think that's a great idea.
Hey Melissa, I wanted to apologize for the way I spoke to you this morning. It was rude of me to doubt your commitment to this audit simply because you have other commitments in your life. I realize now that sometimes it's hard for us to understand the role that religions, other than our own, play in the lives of our coworkers, and I should have been more accepting.
Thank you. I know you're under a lot of stress with this audit, but what you said just made me feel a little uncomfortable.
And I don't want you to ever feel that you're not valued as a member on this team based on your religion or any other characteristics for that matter.
That really means a lot. I never meant for this to cause a conflict. My background is important to me, and that includes observing this holiday, but my job is also important to me, and so I'm going to work extra hours earlier on in this week before I leave to make sure I get my part done and I'm not leaving you guys in a tough spot without any help.
That's very considerate of you. I've always admired your work ethic, and I'm sorry again for not being more understanding this morning. I hope that you have a nice holiday with your family.
Thanks.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of the Accounting Ethics Game Show. My name is Sebastian Chasse, and I will be your host for this evening. Today, our two contestants, Simran and Sophia, will be tested on the social institution of accounting minorities. As for rules, whoever rings the buzzer first and answers the question correctly will earn those precious points. Whoever has the highest number of points at the end of the game will win an A in accounting ethics. So, for our first question, 200 points. What percent of minorities represent all parties in the accounting profession according to data published by the American...
100%.
Wow, she got it even before I finished the question! But I'm sorry, Sophia, you are incorrect.
I think it's 4%.
Oh, wow, she's gotten it, everybody! African Americans and Hispanics comprise about 30% of the U.S. population, but just 4% of all partners of the accounting profession. Okay. Contestants, are you ready? 400-point question. What is the glass ceiling effect?
I got this one. Glass ceiling is the intangible barrier within hierarchy that prevents women and minorities from their advancement in their careers.
She's done it, everybody!
Samron, you'll have another chance. That's right, the Civil Rights Act of 1991 established the Federal Glass Ceiling Commission, which concluded that the glass ceiling represents job inequality that is not explained by job-relevant characteristics, such as education, experience, past qualifications, or achievements. Wow, it looks like we have an incredibly close game here tonight. The contestant who answers this final question correctly will win our prestigious prize. The question is, does religion have an effect on economic and demographic behaviors of individuals and families? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, contestant 2, what is it?
Okay, I think it really does. A religion can affect a person's individual, marriage, and family life, and that ultimately could, affect a person's work life.
Yes, you are absolutely correct. In fact, the effect will be stronger for those who have a higher level of commitment to their religion. For example, there has been recorded lower levels of female employment in religions that strongly support a woman being in the home with children. Congratulations, contestant number 2. Come on down and see your prize. Now show it off to the camera there. You have just won an A in BMGT 411. Is there anything you'd like to say before we go up air?
Sure. Thank you so much for this award. I would really like to thank our professor, Ms. Sandra Rose, for this opportunity and for all the knowledge that she's imparted on us. So thank you and goodbye.
Thank you, everybody. And that will be the end of tonight's episode. I hope to see you next week on Accounting Ethics Game Show.